actually driven it myself, and, you know, it was like, first couple of times for it, and she gave it to me.
We'll get started. Madam Captain, Mr. President, Mr. Captain, Mr. Vice Captain, ladies and gentlemen, visiting lady captains and invited guests, and to Eileen's family and friends, welcome to the prize giving for Lady Captain's Day 2004. I hope you have all enjoyed a lovely day so far, which for some started very early this morning. Now, thankfully, the weather was fine, just a few squally showers. Now, I know there's a bit of rain later on, but thankfully, I don't think anybody was out on it. But as to the golf, well, we'll soon find out who has not fallen foul of our out of bounds at the second hole or landed on the Yellow Bridge Road. And ask somebody who plays here and they'll explain that to you. Our captain was, as usual, wearing more than one hat today, and sometimes back to front. And before anyone says anything, I did say to him that he was not expected to take photos this year, but he kindly offered to do so. He's very obliging, you know. So, Mr. Captain, could you please bow to the ladies once more by coming up to say a few words?
Well, Lady Captain, Mr. President, Mr. Vice Captain, ladies and gentlemen, I wore my hat back to front today, but it was an advice of Gina Morris, who of late has been wearing designer gear. And I thought, you know, if Gina tells you to wear it back to front, she must be right. And there's two 14-year-old girls around that age, the Knights, and they observed that I've been wearing it back to front, and they said, "You're a cool dude." Well, I've got to tell you, in playing the 9-hole competition, the Vice Captain said to me, "You're a bit too old for that, pal." So I don't know. There's a bit of practice for next week, so it is. It's maybe a bit intimidating seeing so many ladies about the place, you know, but I think the ladies branch know that I'm a big supporter and have been over the years. All people might know too that over the years I've been a racing colleague of Brian Fitzsimons, and we've even attended the odd occasional race meeting as well as watching racing in the clubhouse. And for many a year, Eileen Fitzsimons was Brian Fitzsimons' wife to me. And at the start of this year, or prior to the start of this year, I've had to ring the Fitzsimons' house, and Eileen had an answer to you that said, "Hold on, Pat, automatically, I'll get Brian for you." But as time has advanced, since we've been thrown again our two captaincy roles, when I ring the house now and Brian answers, he says, "Hold on, Pat," and me say, "I'll get Eileen for you." And we've been building up, you know, a reasonable relationship. It's amazing how you can do it in 6 months. Though I suppose people have got married in shorter time. But the last time I was speaking to him, I think last week, after I'd finished our conversation, I just happened to look at the phone. I noticed that I'd been speaking to her for 15 minutes. That was friendly conversation, folks. Read no more in it than that there. Although you might, last Saturday, come to think of it, I think I took 65 photographs of Eileen. And there wasn't many people around the clubhouse at that stage. But I did come out on stage and this girl said to me, why are you photographing Eileen Fitzsimons so much? Because they're taking photographs, the fence edges and different places. And then she seemed to be a bit surprised when she seen Eileen coming out with a different outfit on her. And I just said to her, the model has changed. Now, if any of you are wondering why this is happening, I'm not going to tell you because it's none of your business. I would say that, in all seriousness, Eileen, I have found, since I got to know her really well from January onwards, is a very charming person. She's a very refined lady. She was most generous in all the dealings I've had with her, and very helpful and a caring person, which I suppose some might say is typical of those that come from the nursing profession. But she is a lady of the highest order. I'm glad she's had a good day today from the point of view that the weather's been kind, even though there's been a couple of showers. I think everybody that I observed when I was taking photographs was thoroughly enjoying themselves, and I'm sure that they'll enjoy the rest of the night. And I'd like to thank, on behalf of myself and council, Eileen for her contribution to the club this year, and in previous years, but particularly in this year as lady captain. And I'm not detaining you any longer. I'll pass you back to the lady secretary. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Captain. Now, the lady vice captain unfortunately could not be with us today, but she was beavering about yesterday, helping with the flowers and the final arrangements. Her disappointment actually at not being able to be here tonight led her to remark to me a couple of weeks ago that she would help out until midnight on the Friday evening if necessary. But I thanked her kindly for her offer, but said I'd be tucked up in my bed by then, and I was. But she has asked me to read out these few lines to you all. Madam Captain Eileen, I am so sorry that I cannot be with you to share your very special day and to give you my support. As you know, I am 150 miles away at my nephew's wedding in Nina in County Tipperary. Needless to say, I will be thinking about you all day, and I do hope that you and my fellow golfers are having a wonderful time. Audrey. Now, this leads me nicely to the point in the proceedings that you are all waiting for. So please give a very warm welcome for your lady captain, Mrs. Eileen Fitzsimons.
Thank you very much, Karen. Mr. Captain, Mr. President, Mr. Vice Captain, visiting lady captains, guests, ladies and gentlemen. I came in here one day in April and Jackie Murphy was setting up a stand for displaying prizes for us. Anyone who doesn't know Jackie, he's one of those people that's a great wit. And every time I have a conversation with Jackie, I come away smiling. So Jackie said to me anyway, this was in April, well, Madam Captain, I suppose your speech and everything ready for your big day. And I said, Jackie, I'm not even used to the Lady Captain title, let alone have my speech ready. So he said, sure anyway, what does anyone want to hear only? I hope yous all had a great night. I hope yous will all be back this time next week. And then he says, and don't forget the last line. I hope yous all get a good hout on the way home. day anyway, and it came up on me very quickly. And I'm not going to take Jackie's advice, because so many people have put in such an effort to make today a success, and I couldn't not make the same effort to thank them. We have a wonderful ladies section here, and I have been an active part of that section for a long time. I've had enormous enjoyment from my membership, and I'm glad to have reached a stage in my life where I can repay back some of that enjoyment. The other part of it was, it would have been very hard to say no to Rosemary, our past captain. I've heard so many people down the years say it's a privilege and an honour to be the lady captain here, and it really and truly is. And for all the good wishes I've received since January, I've very, very much appreciated them. And thank you today for the cards and the good wishes and the gifts. I was totally overwhelmed by them. Going on to today, it's great to get the course on a Saturday for Lady Captain's Day, and thanks must go to the Council and Committee for that. The course itself is in such beautiful condition, and everyone speaks about Armagh looking so lovely. It really is, and the additions that were made to it this year have enhanced its beauty, and thanks to Thomas and to his staff, who look after the grounds so very well. June and Ruth in the office gave me every possible assistance that I needed, and they did it so willingly, and I thank them for that. Francis and Kevin, our caterers, are with us now for a long time, nearly as long as I've been a member. And they've been so helpful to me and have produced such lovely food today. Yeah. Not only that, they go to such great trouble to have the dining room looking lovely for our members and guests. Francis asked me, a few weeks ago now, what colour scheme did I want? And needless to say, it hadn't even entered my mind. So I just said, Francis, you've good taste. Whatever you do will be lovely. And indeed it was. And thank you, Francis and Kevin, for all, and all the patients. The bar staff, headed by John Pearson and John O, have constantly reminded me that there's post for me behind the bar. And today and all the other days, they've kept us watered very well. John Pearson reassured me on several occasions that I'd have nothing to worry about, everything would be looked after. And you know, John, it had a very calming effect on me. Thank you for that, and also thank you for getting some of the wine sponsored today. I know you had a job, and it was very nice of you. We have a brilliant ladies' committee. Audrey, my vice captain, has been available to stand in for me on several occasions. Today, as you've heard, she had to attend a family wedding, so she couldn't be here. Karen, our secretary, does so much unseen work for the club. She's a great secretary, is always thinking ahead. She's so organised and knowledgeable, and as well as all of that, she's a very kind person. Thank you, Karen. Our competition and handicap secretaries, Maya and Gina, have a busy time keeping up with competitions, scores and handicaps. We have a very big ladies membership here and a very big playing membership. They do it all with grace, and again, Maya is always thinking ahead with timesheets ready and setting up the computer, and today she even had the cards colour coded. So thank you, Gina and Maya. And doing cards and handicaps isn't an easy job, and today, besides thanking Gina and Maya, I'd also like to mention those who help with cards on Thursday nights. That's Margaret Pender, Nancy Scullion and Joy. Thank you very much. Our treasurer Marie is great at her job, and our financial state is very healthy. The good weather has helped there because we've had such big numbers playing. But Marie tracks down every single penny. So thank you, Marie. The other members of the committee all have jobs to do, which they do very well. They organised today from start to finish, from the coffee party to the prize giving, and for all the work they put into it, and it's a very busy day. I thank them very sincerely. And while I'm on the coffee party this morning, I'd like to thank Alan Johnston and Hilary Johnston of Johnston's Bakery, who very kindly provide the scones and the pancakes for us, and I think it's a lovely gesture, and thank you very, very much. I know Cormac is videoing all of this, and it's mainly being done because our two oldest daughters, live in America, and they've only been home in very recent months, so they weren't able to be here today, and it's just so they can see their mother in action. Thank you, Cormac. Pat, our club captain, well, he's a cool dude for sure. He's been taking photos all day today, and now I know he had more to do today than to be taking photos. He has his own Captain's Day coming up next week. He's a very, very easy person to get on with. And thank you, Pat, and I hope you have a great day next week. For the welcome notice in the foyer, I have to say thanks to my brother Paddy, who lives in America. He's usually late with everything. We usually get our Christmas cards about the end of January. But he came up trumps and he got it to me in very good time, so I thank him for that. For the beautiful floral arrangements throughout the clubhouse, which add so much to the surroundings, I must thank Gemma Rice, Bernie Rice, Rosemary, our past captain, and Audrey, our vice captain. Last year I asked Bea Gordon would she display the prizes for me this year, and she said, well, if I have my health at all, I certainly will. And Bea was here at Cockcrow this morning, and I think she did a wonderful job in displaying the prizes. Thank you, Bea. Ian, our caretaker, saw to everything asked of him, and he touched up all the display, the blue things here, and did everything else that was asked of him, and he couldn't have done it in a nicer way. And I also want to say thanks to Pierce McBride, who organises the band. But not only that, we know that in the ladies section we can call on Pierce for anything at any time. To all our team captains, thank you for taking on the role. It's not the easiest of roles. We're still in the County and in the Mail on Sunday, and of course our juveniles are doing well in the Sidona competition and the May Fitzgibbon foursomes. And I'd also like to wish our All-Ireland mixed team great success in the next round. While I'm talking about the juveniles, I just have to mention Eileen Stevenson and her helpers Margaret Connolly, Anne Atwell, Valerie Gordon and Elizabeth Mahwhiney, and thank them for the dedication and time they put into promoting juvenile golf. Armagh will have some great homegrown female talent for years to come. Hear, hear, hear. Now that's all the practical stuff taken care of. And whenever I hear the word practical, it reminds me of something very funny that I heard one night. Coming home in the car, it was on the radio, and it was a tribute to Maureen Potter. Maureen Potter had died a few weeks before that, and for anybody who doesn't know Maureen Potter, she was a marvellous comedian, actress, singer, dancer, you name it, she was great. But she used to do these sketches, and she had this imaginary son, Christy. So I'm going to put on the best Dublin accent. She came into the kitchen one day and Christy was chewing the end of his pencil. So she says, Christy, why are you chewing the end of your pencil? And he says, 'cause I'm trying to do me sums, ma. And she says, what sums, Christy? And he says, this sum, ma. show it to me. If A, B and C had to fill a bath with water, how long would it take them? A has a pint jug, B has a dessert spoon, and C has a bucket. But every time C fills the bucket, she has to jump over the fence and lose 29.9% of the water. So she says, Holy Mother, how do they think of these sons? And next thing, Christy's father walks in, Professor Einstein himself. So he says, what's up? And we'll show him the sum. And he says, right, let's do this sum practical. And he says, Christy, you go up to the bath and take the coal out of it. And he says, I'll be A with the pint jug. You, Christy, will be B with the dessert spoon. And you, he says to me, will be the one with the bucket. But you have to jump over the clothes horse and lose 29.9%. So we go and we do the sum practical. And in no time, I'm soaking wet. And the landing is like the River Danube. And the stairs is like the Niagara Falls. And Christy is saying, Mom, hi Mom. And I said, what is it, Christy? And he says, Mom, I think we're doing the wrong song. Practical, you'll think of the same thing. Well, lastly, I want to say how delighted I am to have friends and family here today and to thank them for coming, some from quite a distance, from Clare, Dublin, Wicklow, Cavan, Meath, and Anne, who's even home from California. Our daughters, Orla and Ivana, who have helped out today and have given me a lot of support during the year, even came shopping with me. And my advice to all young couples is, have daughters if you can at all. Brian, who has been self-catering now for a long time, and has cursed the phone many's the time when all the phone calls were golfy and were for me. He put up with it anyway, so thanks, Brian. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone, and in Jackie Murphy's words, I hope everyone has enjoyed the day. They'll all be back here next week for you, Pat. And you'd never know, you might hit lucky on the way home. Enjoy the rest of the night, and thank you all very, very much for coming.
Could I please ask our competition secretary, Moya Brady, to come up and find out who's won all these beautiful prizes?
I'm sure I speak on behalf of everybody when I thank Eileen for her warm thanks for what we do, to thank her for today and to wish her and everybody else a wonderful evening. Now the bit I'm sure you're all waiting on, so I'll carry on. The juvenile boys winners of the blue tees with 42 points was James Conlon. Juvenile boy winner of the medal tees with 37 points, Conor Devlin. Juvenile girls, 9 holes, runners-up with a gross 57, Karina Oliver.
She's very good.
The winner of the 9-hole competition for the juvenile girls with the gross 52 was Elizabeth Colvin. And the juvenile girls 18-hole, the runner-up with the net 69, Judith Humphreys. Judith is on hockey tour, so her mum's taking it for her. And the winner of the 18-hole for the juvenile girls with a net 65, Julie Johnson.
Say a few words.
Madam Captain, I would like to thank you for providing all the prizes tonight, and I'm delighted to have won the 18-hole competition. We would like to thank you for your interest and support, and are very happy about that. And I'd like to thank all the rest of the ladies who support us throughout the year. Thank you.
prize goes to Hugh Fitzsimons. It's over a 9-hole competition with a net 35. The men's member prize with a net 29.5 is Robbie Johnson. Senior ladies 9-hole competition with a gross 54, Connie Lawson. Ladies Visitors Prize from Clover Hill, the 21 points, Anne Murphy.
Madam Captain, Mr. Captain, I would just like to say I'm thrilled to win this prize here today. I would like to thank Eileen for a lovely day. We were blessed with the weather as well. We only had a slight shower out there. And I'd also like to thank my playing partners, Hilary and Dorothy. They were very, very supportive to me to ride the 9 holes. And I must say the greens, they were very challenging today. I hope Eileen has a lovely night tonight, and I wish her all the best the rest of the year.
Our beginner's prize goes to, with a gross 62, Angela Cole. The 18-hole in one putting prize with 4 single putts goes to Maura McCoy. and third, within 83 inches, Francine Donnelly. The 5-day country and student, or it's all linked together, 5-day country and student, with an F69 was a Katrina Gallagher. The front nine with an F27, Ruth Beckett. And the back nine with a net 33, Sheila Dawson. Category D with a net 67, Niamh McCann. Category C with a net 70, Kay Malloy. C with the next 68, Kathleen Lear. Category A with the net 67, Bill Rice. And the ladies committee prize for the net 71, Bernie Rice. Past Lady Captain's prize for the net 70 goes to Anne Atwell. The gross prize with the gross 78, Emma Oliver. The runners-up prize for the net 67 goes to Ellen Brady. And the winner of the Ladies Captain's Prize for 2004 with a net 63 was Eileen Lutton.
Madam Captain, Mr. President, Mr. Captain, Mr. Vice Captain, fellow golfers, ladies and gentlemen, I am absolutely delighted to have won this beautiful prize, and on your behalf I would like to thank Eileen for the generosity she has shown to all categories today in this wonderful array of prizes. I thought my days of winning the Lady Captain's Prize were long past. And it's a wonderful feeling just to have received this evening, and I will treasure it always. Thank you very much, Eileen.
Just to let you know, the results, the handicap touch, etc., I'll post up. And that's it.
Thank you very much, Moya. Didn't you do well? I'm just going to move this over for 1 minute. Just a little bit more to go. I'm hoping to call on to propose the vote of thanks to Lady Captain, Miss Sally O'Hagan. Sally, please. It's all right. It's okay.
Mr. President, Mr. Captain, Madam Captain Eileen, visiting captains, guests, ladies and gentlemen. When Karen asked me if I would like to propose a vote of thanks to our Lady Captain Eileen, I felt very honoured indeed, and I'm delighted to do so. Firstly, I was painted in a picture of Eileen as I know her. I have known Eileen for many years now, but of my very first meeting with her, I cannot recall in detail. But it was a very fortunate day for me, for she has undoubtedly enriched my life. As some of you perhaps know, we have a four-ball on Tuesday. That four-ball comprising Eileen, Phil Rice, Gertrude Maxwell and myself. Playing in the same four-ball for many, many years, one gets to know the gang fairly well. Now, with Eileen, though, it depends very much on whether she's your partner or your opponent. When one is Eileen's partner, according to Eileen, one is a wonderful player, is capable of playing the most impossibly difficult shot perfectly, and, of course, the best putter in the club, and one that can be depended upon. But Eileen is fickle. When on the opposing side, with one tiny little remark from Eileen, one loses all those attributes in one fell swoop. And suddenly one remembers all the rubbish shots one is capable of playing. Of course, Eileen sometimes doesn't remember you are her partner, even after winning the whole for her. But now for a little serious reflection of my Lady Captain Eileen. Eileen is, of course, kind, considerate, understanding, and above all, practical, with a good sense of humour and a wonderful ability for joke-telling. She's famous, you know, as far afield as Clover Hill in South Armagh for her jokes. Eileen has a balanced view of things, being able to see all points of view. She has a dedicated sense of duty, not only as Lady Captain of County Armagh Golf Club, but in all other walks of life.
Eileen has fulfilled her captaincy duties diligently, giving due consideration to all aspects of the job, to the juveniles, the teams, competitions, prize giving, entertainment, and the general welfare and promotion of our golf club. It is my particular privilege to propose the vote of thanks to Eileen. Lady Captain Eileen, on behalf of the ladies' branch of the County Armagh Golf Club, may I thank you sincerely for all you do for the club, for your time and dedication, and for the absolutely beautiful prizes for today. May I also wish you every success for the remainder of the year. To husband Brian, daughters Mary, Niamh, Orla and Ivana, I also wish you every happiness and good health in the future, and many, many years of Eileen's good company.
Thank you very much, Sally. That was wonderful. Now, could I call on a past captain, not too far back, Miss Norma Latham, to come up and second the vote of thanks, please.
Mr. Captain, Mr. President, Mr. Vice Captain, Lady Captain, visitors, fellow golfers, and I haven't got everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I am very pleased to be given the opportunity to second the vote of thanks to our Lady Captain Eileen on a very special day. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
And we would smile with himself. Karen has asked me to begin by telling a few of my jokes. You've gone very pale. But I thought that might not be appropriate. When I think of Eileen, there is one word that springs to mind: fierce. It is a word that Eileen uses a lot, as those who know her can testify, and I think it describes her to a T. But I can't say it as well as she says it. Eileen, what do you say? Eileen is fierce, fierce kind to her friends and family and fellow golfers, fierce loyal, especially to County Armagh Golf Club, fierce generous, except when paying golf debts. And I hate to say it, can be fierce and mean. In the olden days, halfpennies were known to be used for paying. Taken this year in her stride, and why she appears so calm today. I'll bet she wasn't finishing off her speech at 6 o'clock this evening. Fierce good fun. Eileen, as most of the ladies know, and we all know tonight now, is a great storyteller and has been known to share a few stories with us over a glass of wine. And they all sound so good in that beautiful Clare accent, which we all love. Fierce, optimistic. Eileen never gives up, especially in her golf, and more especially in a match. Eileen's cup is definitely always half full. Fierce competitive, as anyone who's ever played with her will know. Skins, long putt, double her quits on the last hole. Wouldn't give a putt if it was 3 inches away. It's not that bad. These are only some of her strengths, and you'll be glad to know Eileen. I'm giving the weaknesses a miss. I would like to finish with a note to the Lady Captain, and I think I may have taken some poetic license. There was a young lady from Ennis
or near birds, had a fierce passion for tennis. But along came young Brian, and he just kept trying to get her into the golf. Young Brian succeeded, and they then proceeded to come to live in Armagh. They took a look round and very thankfully found the fairways of County Armagh. They joined right away and enjoyed the play and quickly settled in. Eileen gave of her best, and that's why we're blessed to have a wonderful lady captain today. I didn't know I could do that, and I play good golf as well. Don't give up your day job. It gives me great pleasure to second the voter's thanks so eloquently made by her very good friend Sally, and it just remains for me to give some flowers, I think. No? Very much, Norma. That's excellent. Now we're really finished now, and I would like all the prize winners to come up and get a photograph taken here. But before I go, it's not often I say too much, but I'd like to say thank you to all the ladies who helped today. But we did have a few new up-and-coming young juveniles who came along. I asked Eileen would a couple of our juveniles come along today and help us out. And they did, and they worked very well, and helping with the presents, helping with washing dishes, laying tables, you name it. And Frances says she's never experienced great help that she had today. So that's the future of our club, ladies, and I'd like to say thank you very much to you. So, if everybody comes up quickly, we'll get a photograph taken, and then you can all enjoy the rest of the evening. And thank you very much.